Cancel.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Hello, sir.
hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good as well.
Let me introduce you to our guest. We have a very special guest with us, the Prince of Rajpipla, and the person who is an advocate of LGBTQ community. He is world's first openly gay prince and someone who supports the community and is always there for them. In fact, he has turned his palace into uh, the center for LGBTQ community and leaves no stone unturned to support the community. We are overwhelmed to welcome you, sir. We have Mr.
Thank you.
Manvinder Singh Goyal with us.
Thank you for this introduction and thank you for this opportunity.
So, how are you, sir? How's US? We know that you are in US. Must be very early morning for you.
No, not very early. It is around 8:35 in the morning. So yeah, US is good. Temperature wise, it's very extremely good, much better than India now. I mean,
Right.
especially so it's quite cold now here. But yeah, I'm enjoying my stay. America is taking very good care of me, I would say.
Very pleasant to hear, sir. To our viewers, I would like to introduce them with the topic for today. So, as we all know, Pride Month is going on, and our topic for discussion today is uncloseting the shift, where we'll discuss few questions. We'll also take few questions of the viewers who are seeing it and who have any doubts regarding few of the questions that we have or they have. So we all have read about you, we all know about you, but still we would like to know it from you. Like, what was your childhood like? What was the environment that did you grow up in, and what all responsibilities that you had?
See, I think when I was growing up, we didn't have the powers and as such, which my ancestors enjoyed as being the rulers, as being the royal
Right.
family members. But yet, we have a lot of responsibilities. I was groomed as a child to be the future custodian of the rich cultural heritage which has been inherited by us from our ancestors, and our dynasty dates back to the 13th century, which means that it is more than 600 years old now. So I was in a very protected atmosphere with a lot of protocols to be followed, certain etiquettes, how to sit, how to
Right.
behave in public. Public speaking is an essential part of growing up. So those kind of things were there in our grooming, which makes us different from the others.
Absolutely, sir. Uh, so, when did you realize, or what was the time, or what were the things that you could actually realize that that are hinting towards that your sexual orientation is different? I wouldn't say absolutely different, but as per how the society has actually categorized all of it. All the humans are same at the end, but how the categorization has been done. So, how did you come in terms with your homosexuality?
Yeah, see, I mean, I would say in India, there's something very strange or very interesting, which is not there in other countries. Like now, I'm in America. So, comparing to America, even though India has got a lot of bigotry and homophobia and hypocrisies there, but
Right.
still, a country like India has a lot of homosocial culture is extremely visible in this country because
Absolutely.
I mean you see men and men together, women and women together, and that's absolutely normal. When my friends from America come to India, they are surprised that they always see same-sex people together. That's allowed.
Right.
Whereas if you're opposite sex, then that's not that much acceptable. So for me, growing
Absolutely.
up in that kind of an environment was cool because I was given all the opportunities to be with the same sex, and yet nobody would kind of doubt what I'm doing with them. But if I had to meet the opposite sex, then 101 questions were asked: that why are you going there? Whom are you meeting? Is the mother of the girl around? You know. So
Right.
from the childhood, we are kind of our culture is such that our parents don't allow us to mix that much with opposite sex, but with the same sex we always have been given a lot of opportunities. So for me to realize that I'm something different wasn't that strong, till the time
Right.
I reached a stage where, like, I was married and divorced, and then I came to terms with my sexuality. It took me almost 30 years in my life to realize that I'm gay.
Oh,
Yeah, because opportunities are not given. I
absolutely
mean,
so.
in the Western countries, like, for example, even if you're getting married, you're not allowed to date your future spouse.
Right.
Most of our marriages are arranged, as we don't, love marriage is still a taboo in our country. So we don't get that much of opportunities.
Absolutely. So, like the other day, a friend of mine and we were discussing, discussing things like how even right now, arranged marriage has been always been promoted in India, and love marriage was something that was looked down upon, like in the past. But now people have started accepting it, and so is for the LGBTQ community. Since the awareness has been spread, people are getting more and more aware about it. But still, there's this stigma, and people are homophobic. So what's your take on that?
See, I would blame it on education. A country like India, where we should be proud of our rich cultural heritage, and especially, I would say, we should be proud that we have the world's oldest sex encyclopedia called the Kama Sutra, which openly
Right.
talks about homosexuality. And yet, in a country like ours, the basic sex education is missing, which is very unfortunate.
Absolutely.
India has gone in the reverse, I would say. Imagine 500 years before even Jesus Christ was born, we had the Kama Sutra in our country. And now look
True.
what is happening. The schools are not teaching even. I mean, I have studied in the best school of Bombay in Mumbai. And when we had our biology class teaching about human reproductive system, the teachers were so shy of talking about sex. They used to teach us what the secondary sexual characteristics of zebras and lions and giraffe. And I used to wonder, I don't want to have sex with a zebra. I don't want to have sex with a lion. Why are they teaching us this?
Right.
Imagine that's the state of affairs. So how will people know about homosexuality when even we are not getting taught? So therefore, whenever any homophobia or any this kind of things happens, I say I don't blame the people. I blame their ignorance on the subject.
Absolutely.
They're
So,
not aware. So that, I mean, if I would be in their place, I would also have behaved in the same manner. So but at the same time, we have to educate them. And I have
true,
seen
very
change
true.
happening. I have seen the most homophobic person change and has become our ally now, and has, and that kind of. So I have termed a word. It's called homophobia in transition.
Okay.
So I have homophobic in transition or transphobic in transition. So there is definitely a way to change the hearts and minds of people, and I have seen that allies can be created. So that's what I'm doing. Even when I'm in US, I'm trying to educate people through my shows, through my talk shows. Just yesterday, we had a film screening in Bedford, and I was talking to people. There were Indians there. They were in the audience. There were as many as 8 to 10 Indians in the audience, and I was
That's
trying to tell them
absolutely
that
great.
what is expected from you. I was telling them we need your help. I mean, if you are supporting us, then there are many others in US who are still struggling to come out to their parents.
So
So we would definitely need help of the parents to try and educate other parents as allies.
kudos to your work, sir. What was your families and people around you? How did they reacted when you came out and when you talked about openly about your sexuality?
See,
How did they react?
as expected, it was like, hell breaking loose. When parents come to know, it's a disaster, for them. But we also have to understand, we have to give them time, we have to give them patience to understand. Because, see, parents are controlled by the society. They are not just
Absolutely.
taking decisions. Or even my parents, when they kind of disowned me, disinherited me, my father, he in fact he confided, and he mentioned that he was instigated by the conservative society of India to take action against me, and he regretted doing it, you know so whatever they went against me to do anything, it was not their choice. It was the society who was making them do these things. Because there are, and especially from when you come from a royal family, as I was mentioning in the past, we have so many expectations, roles and responsibilities that even though you may not want to do any action, but others around you,
You're pressurized from the society.
yeah, exactly, they pressurize you. And now see, he is my ally. As I mentioned, he is completely changed. He gifted me, as you mentioned in the introduction, he gifted me this 15 acres of this royal establishment, on which I have started a shelter home for the LGBT community, and he was the one who even laid foundation stone of that. you know
That's
so
wonderful.
so you see, that is that why that happened was because of education.
True, very
He's
true,
also
sir.
studied in the same schools and colleges where we have studied, and I know that they have not been taught sex education, or they've not been taught about LGBT issues. So he's not to be blamed. The education
Very
system
true,
needs to
sir.
be blamed. I'm also working with the Ministry of Education, with the government of India, to see how we could change the syllabus, how we could include these issues, as one of our Justice Anand Venkatesh from the Chennai Madras High Court had said
Right.
last year in month of June itself, that we need to include issues of the LGBTQIA in the textbooks of the colleges.
That's the
Then and
need of
then
an
only,
answer.
yeah, we can expect. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work with the government to see how the basic information, we don't want to give too much information, but basic information should be there. Come on, I mean, we have to acknowledge, we should be proud of Kama Sutra. We should be proud of Kama Sutra. We
Definitely.
should be proud of Khajuraho and these kind of these things which are existing in our country. Why are we shy talking about sex? I don't understand.
Absolutely. Like that's very natural thing that you should talk about, like any other thing that you actually talk about.
Exactly.
So, my other question to you was that a lot of people have the problem of accepting who they are, especially when we talk about the sexual orientation. Like, firstly, they are really confused, and after that, it's very hard for them to accept themselves. Like, when you don't accept yourself, how will the society accept you? So, what would you advise to them? Like people
I
who are
just tell
facing
them,
that issue.
see, one is, I was telling you in the past, creation of allies. Allies do a wonderful job. We need allies. We need, and thank you for being an ally to us.
Our
The
pleasure.
people who are allies are the ones who will help us mainstream our issues in the society. If we people are telling others that please accept us, people will not listen to us that seriously. But if an ally tells, and an ally
Right.
is somebody who's not LGBT community, if they talk about us openly and they tell others that please accept them the way they are, then people take it seriously. So that is the way to go about. We need to do education. We need to be creating allies. So that's the way forward, and that is how we will be getting our acceptance in the future.
Absolutely. Usually what happens is when someone is doing something out of the box or reacting whatever he has been conditioned to, opposite to that. For example, when a guy applies makeup, or when he pursues a dance form which is stereotypically said that it's meant for women or it's meant for females, like if a guy is pursuing ballet dance form or something like that. So there are people from the society, they actually pass very inappropriate comments, or they demoralize them, like they demotivate them. So what kind of things, and what kind of shift is required in the mindset of people, so that they can, rather than demotivating them, help them to be actually very comfortable in what they like and who they are?
So one of the things which I'm trying to do is work with education institutions to provide community counselors, and have the schools be so sensitized that they're able to understand, because see, most of these confusion and all this starts from school levels, when we are
Definitely.
young, and we are adolescent, and we are trying to understand our sexuality. So these kind of stereotypes which are existing, and how to break these stereotypes. And I would go a step further by saying that schools should employ counselors who are from the community. So that way it will be a win-win situation for both. I mean, the students will be helped, and you will be able to provide job opportunity to the LGBT community, which will further empower them. So there are some schools like these. I can give you a classic example of Tagore International School in New Delhi, with whom I am connected with, and they are doing an excellent job in trying to sort out these issues which you mentioned just now. Through the school, it's one of the most progressive schools I've seen, where the students are the trainers. The students go to other schools, other municipal schools of Delhi, and they are training the faculty, the students of the issues of the LGBTQIA and the stereotypes and things like that. So at the school level, if it is done, then I think a lot of change we can expect. And these days youngsters are have got very good amount of knowledge. Unlike my generation, where we hardly knew about.
Right.
In fact, I was surprised. I was talking to a mother yesterday in America, and she was telling my daughter knows much more about me than about LGBT issues than we knew about it. So
Very true.
there are students who are interested, and we have to just give them a push, encourage them, and I'm sure things will work out in the right way.
Absolutely. So, sir, how can someone be an ally to LGBTQ community? Like, how can they support them?
First thing is, be educated. Educate yourself. That's very important. If anyone wants to be an ally, see, if you are not educated, how will you tell other person? So you need to educate
True.
yourself first, and make yourself aware what our issues are. And for that, you need to contact people like us. There are several organizations in India. There are more than 150 organizations in India which are working exclusively on the LGBT community. We are a collective. It's called InfoSem, Integrated Network for Sexual Minorities. You can get in. Each and every state in India has at least one organization. So get in touch with us,
True.
get yourself educated, and then you will be able to talk to others about your issues. Anyone can be an ally. You could be a student, parent, a farmer, industrialist, banker. I mean, ally can be anyone. So, but definitely you need to first know what are the issues. Then you can talk to other people, and you have to just talk. I always say, if you need to change anything or anyone, you have to break the silence. The more we talk, the more
Ve-
we have dialogues, more we have conversations, the more the faster change can happen. Look at what happened in COVID. I mean, who knew in 2019 that we'll be facing with a pandemic called COVID? We started talking about it. We
Right.
started taking precautions. Now we have reached to a stage where we feel safe. If we hadn't talked about it,
Right.
we would have known what it is. We have to start a conversation. That's important.
also, like, we should be flexible enough. Like, we should let go of the rigidity and should be more accepting and should be open to change as well. Like,
Yes, exactly.
if that was not something that you have seen earlier and that you were not very comfortable with that earlier, but since someone around you is facing that difficulty, you should provide them that environment and
Yeah,
should help them with that change.
exactly. That's important. Very true.
So, sir, equality in all terms is needed, and like that's the need of an hour. That is what we feel, and what COSSOUQ believes in. So, be it women empowerment, be it related to racism, or be it related to sexual orientation. Like, how have you dealt with all of those phases? Like, you come from a royal background, and then coming out, and then uh, like, people were not ready to accept your sexual orientation, but you believed in yourself. You were you were very much, I would say, openly talking about it, and rather than moving away from it, you were actually adamant to bring a change in the society. So, sir, we would like to know that how have you dealt with all of those phases in your life?
See, first of all, you have to have trust in yourself. That's important. Whatever I
Right.
did, I trusted myself that yes, I'm doing something right and I'm not doing anything wrong. That is because most of us, when we do something like, first thing we think, oh my God, have we done something wrong? So we have a guilty conscious mind, and we don't have faith in ourselves. That's the most important thing. So
Right.
you have to have faith in yourself, have trust, and be honest with yourself and to others. I would just give these two examples or two these things which kept me going, and which has made me an individual of what these are the very this is a very small but a very meaningful policies. If we implement in our lives, then we can do wonders.
Absolutely. So, sir, like, after the amendment of Section 377, what all the community and like, you have been working upon? We would really like to know, like, what is the upcoming project for you?
See, I am a warrior, so
Absolutely,
warriors
no doubt.
warriors will fight till they live. I come from a family where my ancestors have waged wars in the battlefield. Of course, that was a different kind of battle. They used to go and defend protect their territories from enemies. I also I'm a kind of a warrior. For me, the war doesn't end just with the Supreme Court judgment. In fact, my one of my favorite quotes is that the LGBT rights, which are human rights, cannot be just won in the courtrooms, but in the hearts and the minds of the people we live with. So my battle towards this bigotry and homophobia, transphobia, hypocrisy is never ending. It's not going to end as such. I will continue to fight, educate the people, fight against hypocrisy, and I think the immediate steps which are need to be taken is marriage equality. We are fighting for that. There's already a petition filed in the Delhi High Court. Another thing which I will be shortly doing is I will be filing a petition to ban conversion therapy in India, which is very, very important. I was myself a
Very, yeah.
close victim of that, and there are many people who are being victimized. So that's another thing which I would be doing very shortly, and also rights for adoption, right for inheritance. These are very, very important rights which we should be given.
Salute to you, sir. So, sir, our last question. It's a bit of a personal question to you, but we would like to know how you and your husband met. If you can
Uh,
share
so
that
we
story with us.
so I will tell you very briefly because it's a very long story. You need a full Instagram live for that. So we actually didn't meet to be in our relationship. We met as friends, and we met
Oh,
online. We met on a social media site. It was the friendship which got converted into a relationship, and that's
how
something
beautiful.
is very important. People ask, like, how your relationship is so long and so strong, and I said this is a secret. We met as friends, and the friend we see. It's very important to know each other, and we cannot take
Absolutely.
decisions just as becoming, and especially coming from two different backgrounds, cultures, thousands of miles away. You cannot know a person. So almost for 5 years we were just friends, and it was after that we realized that yes, we can be compatible with each other in each other's lives, and then we thought of coming together as partners.
That's a very strong base to start from, and it's very beautiful to hear. Like people do believe in coming together, knowing each other, and then starting off with the comfort level that they want.
Right.
So, sir, any tips for our viewers that you can share so that they are comfortable being an ally to the society, and also if they are one of the LGBTQ members, it helps them to come out and be openly talking about it to their friends and family.
Yeah, see, one of the tips I would like to give is accept yourself the way you are. Yeah, that is one of the biggest hurdles, and also give yourself an identity. And some other things which I already mentioned, like trust yourself and be honest. That's something which will help the community. The last advice I would like to give to all those, any whether you're gay or straight, bisexual, whatever you are, and it's a very important message: love yourself. If you love
Right.
yourself, you would be able to reduce hatred, phobia happening around you, and you'll be able to spread love, and thereby make this society, this place, this world a much happier place to live.
Very, very true, sir. Very wise words. So we'll wait for 2 minutes. If any of our viewers have any questions for you, we would like to take up with that.
Yeah, I just read one question about marriage equality, but that I have already covered. That I strongly feel that the our same-sex marriage equality petition, which has been filed, we will definitely get justice. It might take time because as we know, judicial system doesn't work as fast as we want. But I have strong faith in a judicial system in India. Uh, it has helped us in the past, and now also it's very supportive to us. So definitely we will get same-sex equality, marriage equality soon, very soon. But we need to be patient, and we will get it, as soon as possible. I'm hoping. Yeah.
So one of our viewers is saying that the staff, like for the teachers who are an ally and advocate to LGBTQ community, and they are ready to educate children, but the staff needs to be supported, the government needs to be supported. So, sir, in that case, while the things are in the pipeline, while you are working with the ministry, how people who are actually wanting to help them can move forward meanwhile?
Yeah, so one of the things which we are doing is I designed a course for you, and some universities have already agreed to it. So I'm going about conducting a short courses now. Even I'm doing virtual courses also. Sitting in America also, I'm doing conducting courses with some universities in India. So that's one way in which, till the time the universities are ready to take it up on a full-fledged basis, these courses will help the students. The second thing which we are doing is we take interns, and not just my organization. There are several organizations in India who take interns from students. So students come, they actually work with us, they understand our activities and understand our issues, so that they can go back and educate the other students. And
Right.
and many times students are also educating the faculty, the teachers. That's also happening. So that's one way of dealing with the situation, and of course for the long run and for the permanent problems we have issues we have it's we need to change the education system. That's a permanent solution, I would think.
So one of our viewer wants to know that is there any upcoming events for Pride that they can go to where they can get involved, and how can they help?
Certainly, I mean, there are events happening all over India, all over the world, rather. I mean, whichever part of the world you are, or whichever part you come from, you just have to, now I think the best way to get information is the internet. You have to just
Right.
find out what's happening where, and just join. Don't think twice about it. Just go to any event which is happening near your area, or even join a virtual event which is happening, and just joining, not even participating, just joining in that is good enough to be a support to us.
I hope that answers the question for our viewer. So, sir, we are not taking any questions anymore. It was lovely having you here and having conversation with you. It has always been pleasure talking to you, and
Thank you.
as COSSOUQ would love to support the community in whichever way possible and in whichever way we can. So let us know whenever you need us.
Thank you. You already shown your support through this Instagram live, and I'm hopeful that we would like to associate with you for the future and to see how we can work together for a better society. Thank you so much for having me over
Definitely.
here.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming. See you around.
Bye.
Bye.